Welcome back, you beautiful people. I'm in the garage where I love to tinker on my bike. But when you tinker on your bike, maintenance-wise, you do need some tools. And sometimes these tools can be quite costly, or you haven't got the tool that you actually need to fix the bike. So today, I'm going to give you a few ideas and tips on how to make certain tools that will help you in the future. I want to kick it off with the simplest tool ever, and you use an old spoke. Now you can get tools that have one of these built into the tool, and basically when you're putting your chain on, when you're putting a new chain on, you're struggling to hold it together and you're trying to go over here, get your quick link, you just need something to hold it in place. Now to hold it in place, all you need to do is get a spoke. Look at this. You just get a spoke and you bend it into place, into a bit like this. This is a simple chain, I guess, holderer. That's what I'm going to call it, chain holderer. But you put it in there like that, and like that, and you've got, look, it's already there. And then you can get your quick links. You can add your quick link in there, like that, and then you just plonk it together, just like that. Boom. Simplest tool ever. Cheap. If you have an old wheel, if you have a super old bicycle that's laying outside, just take one of the spokes out and you can make this perfect little tool, and it can live on your tool wall. I like this. Cheap. This next one is right here. Bottle cage bolts. Now this is a nightmare because you get this big old T-bar and you try and get in there and you can't. You go like this and it constantly, you got to keep doing this. Now I've seen this on the internet. Come with me. It's in here, and I get my box of goodies, and what I want is a washer and that little tool. So I have a number of miscellaneous bits in here because you just chomp through these T25s. You chomp through them. So that there is a 3mm or a 4mm. Let's just double check. This one is a 3mm. But you can make two. So I'm going to make a 4 and a 3 because my other bikes have a 4mm. So I've got a 4mm and a 3mm. Now, what I want to do is find a nut that's big enough to use as a bit so I can hold it and twist it. Now you can see this nut here, perfect. This is an M6 nut. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hammer it on. Nothing to do, just hammer it on. And you come over here and it fits in there perfectly. And then whilst you've screwed in the painstaking bit, with a little tool, then you can put this T-bar in, give it a good tweak, and then you're done. Look at that. Perfect. Incredible little tool. This is perfect for getting your bottle cage out. But it got me thinking. Now, I do have a few bikes that run Fox suspension on the rear, which comes with some adjustments right here. So your low speed, your high speed, compression, and then your rebound as well. And one of them is a 3mm. Now, Fox do a tool. This little tool right here is a nifty ass little tool that has got both the 3 and the 6mm on there, so you can adjust your high speed and your low speed. It's super cool to put in your pocket, put in your bum bag, put in some frame storage in your backpack. You can do your adjustments on the fly. But this tool is expensive. It's £30 plus. It's £31.99 for this tool, which is a little bit steep, and I'm sure we can make one. So back to the desk. Come with me. Yeah, back to the desk. Get my little gubbin box out. This tool is a good tool, but it is expensive, and we can make it because we need to adjust our suspension because we don't have that tool. In here, I've got 6s and I needed 3. Grab them. Here, I've got the little tool that I've made for the bottle cage. I got a longer nut. Now I did try with one of these nuts and it wasn't deep enough, because what I want to do is match them, one on each side of the nut, and the nut gives you a nice bit of grip to twist it, which you need because they can be quite stiff in those rear shocks. So I got a bigger nut. I'm going to go to the vise. I'm going to knock it in. Perfect. Now we can take this tool and we can insert it here. Okay. Beautiful. And that, well, it cost me a couple of p. I don't know, that was free. That came off something I had. And I'm sure people in their garages or in their little miscellaneous boxes would have random nuts kicking about. And these just come from tool sets that I've had, and I just collect them. Don't throw away these. They come in handy. Perfect tool. That was very cheap. That is going to live in my toolbox now. So this next tool is quite handy for sure, because if you're one that puts your bike in the back of your vehicle and takes it there to the trail, and you take your bike out and you're going to put your front wheel in and your pads are like this, you need to pry them open. Now I am guilty for this, and so is Matt. We use a screwdriver to get in there and wiggle them apart to open up the pistons and the pads so I can slide your front wheel in so your disc doesn't just jam it in. I've actually used a disc to pry open the pads, but it does damage the pads, which is not good. Now Park Tools do the PS1, which is this tool right here, and it looks like a disc brake. This is a tool that is handy to have, but some things we don't have at hand straight away. Pretty lucky I've got one, but some of us do have old discs kicking about. Again, don't throw them away. Keep all your old stuff. If you have a lot of it, maybe throw away a few of them, but don't throw away all of them. Now I'm going to trace this out, I'm going to cut it out, and I'm going to use half of it, and I'm going to use this, something like that, with an old disc. With the disc I've marked it out, which is important. Now you can just use a hacksaw to hack at it and cut it apart, but for the ease I'm going to use my works grinder. It's going to cut through this perfectly. So we've changed it up a bit because we want it to look smart. So you might as well spend your time in making it look smart. So I'm going to get rid of that there and cut that, run there. Right. Right. I don't want to weld, but this would look incredible because I could just cut a notch through here, slide that in there like that, and then I have a perfect, look at, oh. No welding. I'm going to cut down here. People have got this in their garage, or not in the garage, but they've got an old broom handle, whatever. I'm going to cut a notch in there, drill a hole through, bang a bolt through it, squidge it down. Now just go find a nut for it. From this to this, look at that, it works. Well, actually, let's see if it works. Should we see if it works? Goes in there, like that. You can realign your pads, especially when they've been squeezed. Boom, fixed, perfect. It didn't take long. It was fun to make, and you don't have to go to the extremes to putting a little wooden handle on there or anything. You can just get some other things to hold it on. But I think that's perfect. But I do want to weld it, so we're gonna make one for Matt because Matt wants one. So I'm gonna weld one up for you, Matt. Where's me glove? Any excuse to get the welder out, but look at that. There we have a nice tool. It looks like a tomahawk. But look at that, that's cool. I reckon I could make loads of these. Who wants one? Let us know in the comments down below who wants one. do like that. There you go. There you go, Matt.
Thank you.
Have you ever struggled to put a star nut in the top of your fork? Like you've got a brand new pair of forks, you want to put this new star nut in the fork and get it in, but you have no way of getting it in. You try and hit it with a hammer, you start to damage it, and you have to go to the bike shop to get another one or order one offline. Now, you can just do this. I've done this a number of times. You actually put the bolt into the star nut and then you whack the bolt into it, and then but it all goes a bit wobbly and you end up trying to do this and you kind of destroy the star nut. It works, but it's not good. It's not good practice. Now you can buy a tool that does the job perfectly. This is a star nut setter. You put it on, you put your star nut on there, you whack it in, and then this radius here is the internal diameter of your fork, your stereo tube. Now that thing comes at a cost, but if you are struggling to find a tool to insert your star nut and you don't want to do this, I come up with this ingenious way. So you get yourself an old top cap, you get yourself an 11/16 socket or a 17mm socket. You get a long bolt that goes all the way through, screw your star nut on, and then from there you can place that in your steerer. Now I haven't got a steerer at hand because all my forks are perfectly set on my bikes, but I did cut a previous fork and I did keep the old offcut of steerer. So you put your star nut up the top there like that, you give it a good old hold, and then you start whacking it in. And when you do get it in, you've got your socket, which is the same internal diameter as your steerer, and that will go in really nice and smooth and straight. This is a simple yet effective way of putting a star nut into your fork, into your steerer. Be it if you've got a new fork, or if your fork's been sent off to get serviced and has come back without a star nut in it, or you just need to replace that star nut because it went in wrong the first time. This is perfect. So you've made all these tools to make your life a bit easier, to put a star nut in, to remove your rear cassette, but you need somewhere to hang your bike. Now I have a Park Tools work stand here. It's perfect for working on your bike. It's always good to have your bike at chest height or at eye line height, so you can remove wheels from both. You can remove your forks, you can work on your bike, you can spin it, you can work on your gears and blah blah blah. A work stand is a great tool to have. But there is ways of making it a lot cheaper. Now, I've made two of these in the previous videos. One was made out of complete wood. It actually worked really well. It worked as a washstand and a workstation. Then I've got a new one out the back here, which is more of a wash station than a workstation, but you can actually use it as a workstand. So you can go out there when it's nice and warm and sunny, you can work on your bike and it's off the ground. You can remove wheels and all that rad jazz. Perfect way and a perfect tool to work on your bike. Now we've made all these tools, the perfect place to put them is in a toolbox that can be put in the back of your car, your van, or just somewhere where you need to store them at home. Now this is a repurposed box that was come from all my works power tools, and I've just put in some shadow foam and cut down all the tools that I really wanted in a box to take with me wherever. I think some of these tools are going to live in here forever. Like one of these, I'm actually going to make another one so it can live in the garage, but one is going to live in here, that one is going to live in there, this is going to live in there, definitely going to put this in there because I haven't got one in there, and then this, well, this one can live in my toolbox in the garage, definitely going to put this in here. So there we have it, a few tools that we've created in the garage that will help make your life a lot easier, especially that 3mm, the 4mm on the bottle cages, because that there, trying to get a T-bar in there is an absolute nightmare. Hopefully these tools have helped you out, inspired you to go and make some. They're super easy to make, very cheap to do as well. No costs within it. I've pulled out some scrap. Maybe you buy some nuts and stuff like that. Anyway, these have helped you out, hopefully. Let us know in the comments down below if you've made some tools that will help the community out. With your knowledge, it'll help the others. Also, I want to do something on our weekly show. We've got the Dirt Shed show every Friday. We do a hacks and bodgers, but I think we should bring out a tools one. So there's a link in the description. to our uploader. If you upload all your tools into the hacks and bodges section, we'll bring them up and we'll feature them on our weekly show, because I would love to see some more tools. Now, if you want to see me make more tools, let us know in the comments down below, because I got some really cool ideas with some tools. On that bombshell, I'll see you next time. See ya!